Yeah, this is too fucking early. I do not like. I don't working. I don't like working fucking early. To fucking wake up so early, get up there, and take me forever to get up there anyway. Yeah, I'm not getting any sleep. Working this stupid job. Oh, these stupid jobs causing me to fucking not sleep all. Like, oh, get home and fucking. Oh, I hate this stupid job. Crazy people, please. Oh, my own boss is playing stupid, wasting my time, not fucking. Yeah, he doesn't care. Doesn't care for people working for him. He doesn't. He's a lousy boss.
The holidays are the happiest time of the year. That is unless you or your loved ones are miserable because of colds, sinus infections, or allergies. This holiday season, give the gift of better breathing with Navage. What makes Navage so effective? Well, unlike cold and allergy drugs that might take a long time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage provides fast relief from sinus congestion in 30 seconds flat. Navage doesn't just relieve symptoms, it attacks the cause by sucking out the germs, allergens, and viruses trapped in your nose that are making you feel miserable. Best of all, Navage does it naturally, without drugs. Wash away your cold and congestion problems this holiday season. Add Navage to your gift list so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Christina Martinez here. Right now, half of our children and adolescents are struggling with mental health challenges, but that's about to change. California is leading the way by creating a certified wellness coach profession. If you're looking for a new and rewarding career, helping children and adolescents enhance their overall mental, physical, and emotional well-being, this program may be for you. It's about hope. It's about purpose. It's about becoming a certified wellness coach, because it's time to spread the wellness. Sponsored by California Department of Healthcare Access and Information.
You need to know this as a backdrop to what you're hearing in the news. 55% of Americans say Israel is taking military action needed to defend itself. Only 25% say Israel is going too far. Only 25% of Americans say Israel is going too far. That is not what you get from watching the evening news. More than 2 to 1. Yeah, it's not even close. At least right now. And again, and this is not attempting to lead to a conclusion or back up my particular stance in this, I just think humankind is going to have to come to terms with what does war look like when it's all being taped on people's phones? What does a victory look like if the vanquished are recording it and posting it on TikTok? Does victory look so horrific and violent that we can't even permit somebody to win a war? I don't think that's the way it's going to go.
If we had this kind of updating as we were demolishing Japan in March of 45.
Or Germany, sure. There were starving Germans in the streets. There were people driven out of their homes, then driven out of their shelter. Over and over again, there was misery.
Okay, I got a treat for you. You ready for this, Joe?
Oh, that's what I needed.
So, I'm trying to decide whether this is fair or not. Like, I have so little respect for Kamala Harris that it sounds ridiculous to me. But maybe she's just saying normal things, and I've got so much prejudice against her because she's a woman and because she's a person that
if I understand what's happening here, I either get to
husband. I don't know.
Anyway, they're doing a Hanukkah message, and this is just a little bit of it.
Hey everybody, we're here to talk about one of our favorite holidays in our big modern family.
Hanukkah.
So why do you love Hanukkah?
I love Hanukkah because it really is about the light. Where there's been darkness. And there is so much work to be done in the world to bring light. And it is a celebration of always Tikkun Olam, which is about fighting for justice and fighting for the dignity of all people. And it's about rededication.
Well, it's her characteristic. Okay, you've got an inch. You have 2 inches of reason here. Look, no, still at an inch. We're staying at an inch, folks. So yeah, it was entirely platitudinous.
Is she capable of saying anything other than that sort of thing? It's about the light, and the world needs more light because there's so much darkness.
And we have so much work to do to bring, what's the synonym for light? Justice and light to the world.
Like, am I just so prejudiced against her? Would that sound perfectly okay coming out of somebody else's mouth?
No, she's a half-wit. At best. That's generous. You know what? Well, one thing that's being left out of the discussion of the college presidents and the wokeness and all the rest of it is nobody's learning anything. Well, on that to come.
Want to hear that?
Armstrong and Getty.
Did you know there's a way to outsmart COVID if you get it? Now there are medicines that can treat COVID, whether or not you've been vaccinated, which is great news, especially if you're over 50. If taken in the first 5 days of having symptoms, COVID medicines can help stop the illness from getting serious. Call a healthcare provider or the statewide COVID hotline at 833-422-4255 to learn more about COVID medicines. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Hi there, it's Patrick. You know, you've heard me talking about Roseville Numismatics for years now. Check out what they're doing to spread the holiday spirit and to thank their customers for the continued support through the years. Roseville Numismatics is giving away a 1-ounce American Gold Eagle coin. It's worth $2,000. I'm going to draw the winner live on my show December 20th between 7 and 10 p.m. So enter online right now, kpk.com/contests. That's kpk.com/contests. Good luck and happy holidays from John Shook and the team at Roseville Numismatics and Coin Shop.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life or your choices with just one wrong pill. Find medically proven treatment options at choosemat.org.
Brace yourself for the ultimate holiday deal with Consumer Cellular. Snag an incredible 50% off the Iris Flip when you buy before December 17th, making it only $34.50. The Iris Flip is all the phone and camera you need with a user-friendly design, the perfect flip phone companion. Plus, you'll get nationwide coverage and always free activation. Score 50% off when you use promo code RADIO50. Head over to consumercellular.com and use promo code RADIO50 during checkout to score this deal.
Looking for top-notch personal protection? Smith & Wesson Equalizer is here to level the playing field. Easy to rack slide, easy to control ergonomic grip. Designed for you. With a 10, 13, and 15-round magazine included. Size up for better control or size down for easier concealment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to upgrade your safety. Visit your local dealer now. To learn more about the Equalizer, visit smith-wesson.com. Smith & Wesson, empowering Americans. All capacity sizes may not be available in your jurisdiction. Be sure to check your local laws and regulations.
Saving energy is easy.
thing in our area for almost 2 decades, and Big Mountain wants you as a customer for life. They'll prove it to you with the best service you've ever had. This is not the typical tune-up sales gimmick. This is a serious tune-up of your system for 2 to 3 hours, the best techs in Northern California. And again, it's only $78.
Hey, if you're not impressed, don't pay the technician. That's what they say. Just go to bigmountainair.com, bigmountainair.com. You can give them a call, 916-378-5088. But if you want to take advantage of this $78 special, go to bigmountainair.com, bigmountainair.com.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for my friends at Lone Star Transfer. If booking your timeshare was difficult in the past, you know it's recently been almost impossible. They have had the pleasure of helping thousands to legally and permanently get out of their never-ending timeshare fees. Now, Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing. Call my good friends for a free, no-obligation consultation. 833-594-0075. They're online at LoneStarTransfer.com.
Reiner Heating and Air in Yolo and Solano counties for 30 years, and now in West Sacramento. Take us with you on your free iHeartRadio app for your music, radio, and podcast. And now, traffic on Talk 650 KSCE.
Watch out for debris west on the Cap City Freeway around Expo. An earlier crash off to the shoulder there. Still just 11 minutes taking West Cap City. Split from 80 to downtown Sacramento. 12 minutes from Elk Grove to downtown Sacramento on both North I-5 and North 99. Folsom to downtown, 28 minutes on West 50. Traffic every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons on KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples holiday deals mean amazing savings for the holiday season on hot tech like laptops, game systems, earbuds, and more. Right now, save up to $350 on select PCs. In-store only. Offer ends 12/23. See an associate for details. Have yourself a merry little holiday deal at Staples.
It is arguably the most expensive time of year. So, facing our financial reality has made it a bit easier with Brad Ramsey. Today at 3 on Talk 650 KSCE. Broadcasting from the Big Mountain Heating and Air Studios. Talk 650 KSCE.
The Armstrong and Getty Show.
Probably varies state by state or maybe hospital by hospital, but I got a text saying my child is about to enter the age 12, where whenever I go to the doctor now, they will always ask if it's okay if the parent stays in the room.
Ron here. I am astounded by this since my kids are grown. I can't believe this is real. Am I watching some weird movie? Some odd society or future time?
So I drove him here. It was my idea. So you're going to ask him if it's okay if I stay in the room.
If I'm not watching it for their legal guardian, I have a moral, financial, religious, legal responsibility for everything they do, and you're asking him if I instead. Right. I mean, we're laughing because it's so astounding. Yeah. Anyway, as you've probably gotten the idea, Joe Getty, could go on for hours and hours and hours about the utterly bankrupt cult that's taken hold of American education, including college campuses. But I'll give you a break for a moment to just look at a couple of practicalities. This is not, I'm not a nihilist about these things, but I try to be a realist about them, and we have an enormous problem with education in the country. But I'm looking at the accusation that Harvard president, Claudine, is that her name? That she's a plagiarist, and I'm looking at the examples, and they look like something I would have done as an undergrad, but this was in her PhD. I mean, copying whole paragraphs and just changing a couple of words. That sort of thing. And you're supposed to cite that. You're supposed to have a note and quote, that you lifted somebody else's thinking.
Yeah, well, as Charles Cook said in the National Review today, I'm more disturbed by the stuff she didn't plagiarize than the stuff she did.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's great, right? I love Charlie Cook. I'm reminded of one of the cleverest things that was ever said in history, and I believe this was documented that Lincoln said this after an author sent him a book.
your book is both good and original. Unfortunately, the part that's good isn't original, and the part that's original isn't good. Anyway, yeah, she is clearly a plagiarist. I'm not into the whole academia churning out research papers. Oh, I've been published in this, that, and the other. The whole thing seems very phony to me. And I never had any patience for it. That's why I got done with school and got the hell out. But yeah, she's clearly one of them. Oh, and she's had an astonishingly low output for an academic, too. But as I made the point the other day, and it's so obvious, she's where she is because she's a forceful adherent to the cult. It's not about academics. It's about, are you down with the identitarian cult, the critical theory cult? Anyway, that case is closed as far as I'm concerned, and I don't care that much. This intrigued me. Elon Musk, who's one of the most complex characters ever to stride the earth, there are days I think he's just an idiot, or wildly, hey Elon, or wildly misguided. And there's some days I think, my gosh, we need this guy. He tweeted, when was this? Yesterday. Very simple. SpaceX and Tesla have noticed a meaningful degradation in the capability of U.S. college graduates over the past several years. And I'm sure he would know, and what's really interesting to me is when we talk about how colleges aren't teaching, I mean, grade inflation, the kids are studying less, they're spending less time in class. The teachers are teaching less, they're spending less time working. All the trend lines are going in the same direction. But I've always said, I'm mostly talking about the humanities and the so-called soft sciences, which are just bull crap. But I assumed like engineering and math and computer science and stuff were exceptions to that rule. But I suppose grade inflation is grade inflation.
Mm-hmm.
So I found that interesting. And then Gad Saad, who's a really interesting guy, he's an academic, as he makes clear, and I didn't need to say, he was responding to that X. Can we go back to calling it Twitter, Elon? I know you had pretty good reasoning for changing the name, but anyway. He says, as a professor of 30 years, I concur with Elon Musk. I sat in a meeting where professors were stating that post-COVID, it was too traumatic to have students sit still for an entire lecture. It was too anxiety-inducing for them to take exams. It was too challenging for them to take lecture notes. This is not the way to train students. Infinite coddling is never the way. Students must be taught to be anti-fragile, which is a term I love and I don't hear enough. Don't be anti-racist, be anti-fragile. Intrinsically motivated, intellectually curious, committed to critical thinking, etc. It's disturbing because it's so self-evidently true and obvious that a learned academic has to say this out loud. Yeah, students should be taught to be resilient and curious and committed to critical thinking.
I was trying to think, are there any market forces? I don't think there are. Are there any market forces that will correct this if kids are learning less? I suppose over a great period of time,
yeah.
Well, it already has. As I talked about a couple of weeks ago, Halloween night, I'm walking around with a bunch of dads, and I was shocked by, even in my university town, the dads are saying, no, I'm not going to send my kid to college unless he wants to learn this specific thing.
Yeah, the only good news in this, I think, is the plunging poll numbers of who considers a college education worth it.
Right.
Those numbers have plummeted.
Right, so kids aren't going. They'll have to find a way to convince it's worthwhile.
Right, and I think employers